Some phones create hype for their camera, some for their battery, but this one is making headlines for its performance. This is the Motorola Edge 70 Max. I have tested this phone on almost every parameter and I am going to share my experience. So don't skip any part. I am your host Harshit Arora. Without wasting any time, let's begin. The Motorola Edge 70 Max looks and feels like a flagship smartphone. Right after holding it, my first impression was बढ़िया लग रहा है boss. The frame is made of aluminium which gives you a premium in-hand feel with Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection on the back and the front. This phone has an IP69, 68, 66 rating with a military grade certification, and trust me, I accidentally dropped it in water which I can't show you right now, but it survived easily. This phone does not attract fingerprint smudges, but using it with a single hand is not easy for all users. The Motorola Edge 70 Max comes with a 6.8-inch Extreme AMOLED display with up to 7000 nits of peak brightness and up to 144Hz refresh rate. The bezels are slim on all sides, giving you a bigger display to enjoy your content. While binge watching on it, I had no issues. The colors are bright and punchy, and even while scrolling, the display feels super smooth. I watched many anime shows and some horror content on this, and the contrast is really impressive. Even while playing games on it, the display colors doesn't disappoint. Another good part of binge watching on this phone is that at max volume, the speaker does not distort. The fingerprint sensor and the haptics are perfectly responsive too. The Motorola Edge 70 Max is powered by a Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 processor paired with LPDDR5X 8 and 12GB RAM and 256GB UFS 4.1 storage type. Before explaining the performance, let me tell you that this phone exceeded my expectations. Let me show you all the test results. In Antutu benchmark, it scored more than 31 lakh, which is great. I did multitasking on this and it didn't struggle to manage any of it. App opening and fast app switching were smooth. You didn't notice any lag or frame drops. But to push it even further, we played BGMI, Devil May Cry and Subway Surfer on this device. While playing BGMI, I set graphic settings to max and the gameplay was smooth with no lag. I played BGMI for almost 2 hours and the device wasn't too hot. It was just a little warm and it cools down in 5 to 10 minutes after taking a break. Almost the same experience continued while playing Devil May Cry at max graphics settings. The gameplay was smooth and I enjoyed playing it so much that I overplayed it for a while. But phone कुछ खास heat नहीं हुआ. Even while using the camera, I checked if the phone was heating and the result was satisfying. There was no heating and phone easily operate हो रहा था. This phone comes with a triple rear camera setup consisting of 50 megapixel primary camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera, and the third one is a 2-in-1 light sensor. I think at this price segment they should give a telephoto camera in this setup because most people buy their smartphones to make content these days. Well, if we talk about the camera setup, then in daylight you can click good detailed photos with good dynamic range and natural colors. Even in ultra-wide mode, the details are clearly visible and almost the same as the primary camera. The dynamic range is also the same, but the colors are a bit odd. There is a macro mode as well, which clicks good close-up shots. Well, it's not good for extreme macro shots, but you can use it fairly well. Moving on, let's talk about the selfie camera. The selfie results are similarly good. The details are clear with good dynamic range. Portrait results from both rear and front cameras are good. The edges are clearly captured while maintaining a natural bokeh effect. The skin tones in both modes are close to natural. There are no extra modifications, which I like the most. The rear camera can record videos up to 4K 60fps, and from the front camera you can record videos up to 4K 30fps. The video results from the rear camera are pretty solid even though you don't get stabilization. This phone packs a 7100 mAh battery and the battery performance is outstanding. I charged this phone once after unboxing and used it for almost 40 hours as my secondary device, and it still had 15% battery left. I did gaming, binge watching and some calls too, and this phone didn't give up on battery. And to power it up, you get a 90-watt Type-C power adapter which takes almost 55 minutes to fully charge this phone. I plugged in the charger at 10% and it took only 20 minutes to charge it to 70%. Later on, the charging was a bit slow, but it felt fair. While charging, the phone gets a little warm, which is fine, I think, because after removing the charger, it cools down in 10 to 15 minutes. So this phone starts at around 55,000 for the base variant, and with this phone you get a premium level design and display, good performance for gamers and a big battery life. The camera is also fairly good for the price, but if the camera setup had a telephoto lens, then it could be an all-rounder phone in this segment. Well, what do you think about this phone? Do let us know in the comment section and subscribe to Gadget 360 for more unbiased reviews like this.